Good evening and welcome everybody to the Performance E Streaming ANZCAR Cup, round 15 of 36 at Gateway. I am Matt Hunter, filling in tonight on commentary for Carl Wibby, who's still sick. Get well soon, Carl. And in the booth with me, I have a special guest tonight, Hamish Gallagher. How are you going, Hamish?
Thanks, Matt. How you doing?
Yeah, good, good. A little bit, stressed about leading commentary, but we'll get there. Um, so this might not be as professional commentary tonight as you may have come to expect with Carl and our other guests that normally in there, but we'll do our best to keep you informed.
Hopefully,
Um,
no one can ever stand up to Carl. We just got to. We're always going to be second fiddle, but we'll do our best.
yeah, we're sort of trying to give him the hurry up to get better. I know that I think he had a few little things today got done, so hopefully he'll be on the mend pretty quick and pretty soon.
Yeah, we're all hoping. All our best wishes go out to Carl, and I hope he's on the get well soon. Obviously, he's been going for a bit lately, so we never want to see that with Carl. So hopefully, he's on the mend.
Indeed, indeed. I don't know what we would normally do. I'm just having a little look at the weather on the track here, and you can see that there in the right-hand corner. It's a nice sunny afternoon here, and 29 degrees, and track temperature of 47 is pretty hot.
I was just going to ask, have you ever driven this place, Matt?
I have, yeah, I quite like it. It's definitely pretty fun. I think we did ARCA in it. I'm not sure, but I have done a truck race and I think ARCA race in it, and I did like it. It was pretty good.
I was going to
What,
say it's very kind of New Hampshire-ish. I've only literally bought the track maybe an hour ago. Did a few laps. So I know a big flat track, so not surprising to see some of these guys who like the flat tracks up front, such as Micklemore and Maloney's come out again as well. So I know he always likes the flat tracks.
oh
So
yeah, he'll be pretty strong. Yeah,
yeah, he'll be one to look out for sure. But yeah,
indeed.
it's quite of a interesting. I did a few laps. It's like really lazy in the center of the corner, but it's very twitchy off. So wouldn't be surprised to see a few people try and loop it coming off, especially out of two. Um, so that should make the race interesting.
Yeah, in the early practice, I was seeing a lot of cars spinning out off the corner, and the other thing I was noticing as well was double shifting down. So cars were going down from fifth gear on the straight down to third gear in the corners.
I was just going to mention now, I was finding third gear in one and two. So downshifting twice is certainly not something we do a lot, I imagine, in over racing. So hopefully that doesn't catch too many people out.
Yeah, it's definitely another aspect to manage and look after tonight. Yeah, pretty unusual. I don't think I've ever seen us do an over race where you've had to do two downshifts.
Yep, no, that's definitely something new.
Yeah. Um, so I think we've got about 6 seconds or so, and then it'll go to the start grid, and we'll see if we can whip through the grid.
Mhm.
I see Lockie in the comments. Lachlan's watching, and I think he's in England at the moment. I think he flew over there just a couple of days ago. So nice to see you on the chats,
Yeah,
Lachlan.
yeah, I haven't seen Lockie in a while. I was wondering where he's been, so that
Yeah.
answers that.
All right. Let's see if the start grid's going to work. Oh, it's working. It's good. So let's have a look at the front rows. Michael Skurlock and Jason Martin.
Yeah, cracker of a lap from Skirley, almost a full tenth of a second up. But yeah, we got Micklemore and Douglas, so a strong run there from the Bandits. Two Bandits and two Mitch on the front two rows. Got Hedeshire and Hobson making up row three with Dyson and Foster,
Foster.
last week's race winner.
Oh, oh, no, there it goes. Lob and Maloney. Yeah, the graphics decided to have a freeze there. Yeah, Lob and Maloney there. Ryan Jones and Barry Neal making up row 6. Row 7, Mirko Dortanac and Ruben Phillips. Row 8 is Aidan Schultz and Stephen Williams. I'm just going to see if I can switch cameras here. There we go. And we'll try and keep going for the rows. Justin Witcher and Jamie Nankervis. Brad Ellison, Matthew Raymond. Troy Davison, Christopher Finlay. Norman Clark, Gary Wellman. Paul Jackson, Raymond Yeager. Nathan Button, Electra here, Jane Russell, Matt Knight, and Billy Hickey making up the last spot on the grid.
So two things stand out there. First, Murky, P13. That's a really good run for Murky. And then you got Russell and Drahia right at the back. So I'm guessing both of those guys spun. So we have to watch out for those guys as well.
Yeah, they might have made it in on and being in the top 30 as opposed to a lap time.
Yeah, neither of them. Both of them have very slow time, but they just put a time down. So I'm guessing they both got loose at some point. But we're coming to. I think we're coming at. Yep, we come to the green here. Just one lap.
Yep, lights are out in pace car.
Pace car's in, and Skilly's gone. Green, green, green.
Very good jump there from Skillock. Clear lead into the first corner. Bit of action, bit of side by side back for about 5th or 6th. That was header shout. Getting a good pass on Hobson there.
Yep, so it's pretty tight here for Dyson and Ed. And we got Maloney right behind him, but he'll be taking his time. He'll be nice and patient. He's not going to be doing anything silly here at the start of this race.
Lots of room been given as well. Lots of space between the cars.
Yeah, this is the first time people would have driven in this car on this track for sure. It's only brand new to the Cup schedule this year, so you want to be just feeling things out here, I'm sure. You don't want to do anything stupid at the start of this race.
Does the car get pretty tight in the corners, in the mid-corner and exit?
It's like really stupidly tight. I think we've been talking about this new car. It's like real nervous on entry. I didn't find that. Maybe it's just the setup here, but yeah, real tight. So you got to be like real slow in the centre. But yeah, it's only twitchy off, sort of like the banking. You come off the banking, it sort of gets a bit twitchy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a two different cars in the corner.
Still watching this battle here between Headshout and Hobson for 5th place, I think it is. Skillock's kicked out to a nice sort of half-second lead from Jason. You'll be pretty pleased there, Hamish, to see the Mitch boys 2 and 3 for now.
Yeah, definitely been slowly learning this car, especially Josh. He's coming on strong lately, so yeah, for sure. Good to see them back up front. Good to see guys like Dave as well having a strong run so far tonight.
Of course, yeah, Dave Douglas in 4th place as well. Bit of action down the back there between Witcher and Williams. Oh, this camera's tripping me out. Trying to get a good camera view, but I'm not really happy with any of the cameras, so.
Got a bit of a battle going with Murky. Murky's pulling Witcher here. He should be able to get in lines. Quite a big gap in front of him. Schultz is all by himself. Meanwhile, Drahir's had a good start. He's up to 22nd already. So he should be coming through the pack, I imagine.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how fast he is, and obviously he didn't get a very good qualifying lap in, and that's put him down the field, so he'll just be using that speed through. Come through
So
the
not
back.
too far behind. Yeah, he's just a couple of places behind. He's trying to get underneath Wellman at the moment. Using that very bottom in 1 and 2, I found that car didn't want to turn down there at all. You sort of want to run like one lane up, so passing might be quite difficult there, but here he goes. He's going to dive him in there free and get that move done.
Nice move there. Well, and didn't really resist it too much, sort of gave him quite a bit of space to make the move.
And Drahir's about to get his teammate.
Oh,
One here.
Sorry, I saw Billy Hickey in the background was getting, I think it might have been Billy Hickey getting a bit loose off the corner.
Here's boxed in right now, right behind Murky and Brad Ellison on his inside. Bit of a delicate situation here, but he's going to pull Brad. Brad's going to just let him go. Oh, Drahir's pushed right up though. Yeah, it's like Texas 1 and 2 up there, I think. You just never want to go up there. This car does not want to turn. But he survived that, so it's all good. Lost the spot, but he lives another day.
Is there sort of like only sort of one groove is there in that corner? If you sort of go high, you're just stuck and it pushes you up?
Yeah, pretty much want to ride on the bottom. I did see a few people trying to arc it a wee bit. That might help just because of how tight the car is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be up high. It's just no grip up there. Here we go. Brad's going to try and pull Murky. Gets that job done as long as he can keep it down there. don't think Murky's going to do anything stupid. No, he doesn't.
No, and I think Murky will let Trahir through as well. I'm sure they'll be in the same sort of chat and communicating that as he goes past now.
Yep. He goes another spot there for Luke. Meanwhile, up front, it's all pretty spread out. Skilly's got a nice little lead over Jason and Josh, but Double D's coming under fire here from Hobbo.
As Hobson goes,
side
tries to make the pass on the inside now.
Oh, you can see him slide up there in the centre of the cars in one turn, but he should be able to clear him coming off the corner. Is Dave going to keep his nose in there? No. Oh, Dave
just pretty tight.
Gave him a little nudge there, just let him know he's there, but it's good racing by those two there.
Just having a look through the timing on for any close sort of battles. I can see Ryan Jones, a bit of a battle there with Ruben Phelps.
Yeah, you can see old Maloney, he's caught right up on Edward here, so I think he's be looking to get past. Here he goes on the inside.
Making the pass.
Edward's going to give him some room. I don't think he's going to try and hold him up too much. Oh, he does squeeze him on exit though, maybe not. Yep, he's going to have to drop him behind there.
Interesting to see the different lines there into turn one and two there. Maloney was a bit higher. A little bit loose up the exit though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. When you sort of come off the banking, it's quite a sharp transition down. Even though there's not a huge amount of banking, or at least doesn't look like it, it's real light and twitchy on exit. Because Dave pushes up real high there, just ahead of these guys.
Yeah.
It's going to put him under threat there, I think, from Hedeshire.
Hedeshire's got a good run on the straight here.
And Dyson behind him as well. Oh, very close between those two. Oh, contact!
Oh.
That's what it's like in a very tight race car. Thing does not want to turn on the inside.
Couldn't quite get the pass there, but yeah, got very tight in the middle of the corner there and pushed up. Doesn't look like too much damage to the either car though. No, it looks like they got away with it.
Yeah, fine. Like I was finding, I had to put the brake. I was locking the right front, so I put the brake back as far as it goes, like 40% or something. It's pretty crazy, but that was the only way to get the thing to actually drive. So,
oh wow,
not sure if that's new car or if that's just the track, but yeah, it was pretty odd for sure. But it's going to make passing hard, especially if you don't have a whole lot of tyre wear. You're going to have to really try and get a setup coming off the corner and try and slide job in, I think.
Just having a look back up here. Hobson's caught Micklemore here. Looking pretty good. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say he's getting a little tap in the centre of the corner. He's certainly looked like he's got a bit of speed on Josh right now. Whether or not he can get a move done, that will be the question.
Maybe just a little bit of connection issues there. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that was the server.
Yeah. See if we can find some more battles on the track. Still good battle going on here with Double D and Headshout and Dyson, Foster and Maloney there. Still pretty close and battling for positions. Trying to get a good run off the corners.
Yeah, with watching Russell as well, he's got inside of Brad. Just shows how hard it is to pass. Luke's been able to skip away and there's a huge gap. And yeah. Russell's only that long and he gets try and get that move done.
Oh yeah,
he gets it done now.
Pretty big gap there. You can see between Russell and Andrew here up in front of him. Yeah, we'll just have a look and see.
I think the film. I was going to say, Maddie, the fuel mileage probably about 70 laps. I think so. You can't quite make it. Oh, he can actually, isn't it? 130. Yeah, so you can make it on one stop. So if we keep going green like this, I think people are just going to run as long as can.
Yeah, especially if you can do it just one stop. I thought it was a 160 lap race. Okay, so it is 130.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I was going to say you can't make it on one stop, but it's a 130. Maybe being a adjustment to the length.
Yeah, so you reckon about 70 laps on a tank of gas? You reckon?
Yes, I think they can make it then on one stop.
Yeah. Don't know if we'll see too many cautions either, because I just think with the nature of the track that guys are seemingly able to catch. If it gets loose on them, they seem to be able to catch it and ride it and get going, you know, without sort of spinning and causing a caution. And saying that, there was one trying there.
So the race very much got the feel of when we raced at Nashville last year. Their first time out of that track, so the car feels quite similar. Just pretty planted, and everyone's taking it nice and easy on a brand new track. We went green that time last year, so could well have the same thing this year.
Could be just out and out pace and who manages those tyres good.
As we see, Maloney's got his nose underneath Edward again. Just can't quite get the run off. His car's too top and bottom. Edward's managing to use the second groove up. Keep him off. Here he goes again.
Here he goes, his upside. Just
Give it heaps of room.
Just
Yeah,
can't get the power down, eh?
Yeah, you just see the thing slide off the corner there. Even just keep his boot in it. He's all good. Here he goes. He's going to try and arc it out now and try and get the run off. Big cut down. But even then, it still doesn't want to turn that centre. It's not quite the same as some other tracks have driven at where you can use that to your advantage. Just doesn't want to turn the centre.
No. It would sort of manage to hold that off and sort of get a little bit of a gap, but here he comes back here. Oh, it's still getting... Just can't get the power down. It's just kicking sideways.
That's sort of letting low into this lob into this battle as well. Just let them catch up. It's going to be a 3-car battle here before too much longer.
And sort of a bit of a gap coming in the front of them as well, between Foster and Headshot as well. I think it's about half a second now. It's sort of kicked out. Almost a second now. So,
you can see old Hobbo, he sort of dropped off Joshy, so it's all quite spread out. Got Dave and Dyson going at it though.
Yeah, good. This is a good strong run from Dave. He's holding up pretty well. Although Dyson looks like he might have a pass going up now.
Nice run there. Again, he can slow on the top if you're going to slide up. Yeah, should be able to get this one done. Yep, he's clear. So no, that's a pass there for Andrew.
That's up to 5th place for Andrew there. Just having a look here. It looks like Luke Drahere's just managed to pass Ryan Jones, although they're side by side.
And Ryan won't be the person to just give it up easy, so he's going to fight this tooth and nail.
Yeah, well, there's not much love lost between these two at the moment. I know from after last night as well, where
yes,
Ryan had a bit of a spin and Luke unfortunately got collected in it and had nowhere to go, and still wasn't happy about it. So.
Okay, yeah, no, I was got a front end angle view of that, right in the middle of it. So yeah, he gets the move done though. So Luke continues his climb.
Nice clean move there.
Keeping my eye on Murky. He's slipped back a bit. He's in 20th, but he's still going, which is good for Murky. He hasn't dropped out yet. And so I just go and park it. So we'll see if he.
Looks like Jaden Russell's about to pass Stephen Williams as well.
Yep, he's slowly climbing us up there as well. It's going to be a long race for those boys, though, if they don't get a caution. They really want a caution so they can sort of get this thing bounced back up.
Yeah.
Just the field spread, they're almost half of that behind.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Jaden's, on my timing information here, showing at about 11.2 behind the leaders already. So, not only is he catching cars and having to take his time passing them, and it's going to take him a race if he's also losing time to the leaders doing so.
See, Dyson's wasted no time. Once he's cleared Dave, he's caught right up to Hobbo, so he's looking real strong here at the moment.
Quite a low line off that corner too, and it's running pretty good. He's getting a big run.
Hobbo got real push loose on the exit of 4 there, and that's giving Dyson a good run. He's right all over him here. If he can just get a run off the corner, he should better get this move done.
And we have another guest. We have Danny G joining us on the booth to help out. Good evening, Danny.
Good evening, fellas.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, how you doing?
Good man.
I'm just going to turn this on.
Just going to say, have you guys got Maloney? Is he gone? I was going to say.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, I'll go.
I don't know if he's parked it or he's disconnected, or I don't know. But here he's gone. He's there and he's gone. which is a bit of a shame. I would hope that he's had a technical issue rather than parking it.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't know if Maloney, if he's got a shot, he's just kind of, well, I'm off. But
Yeah.
he did look stronger, so surprising.
I was keeping an eye on the lead. Jason Martin had got it back down to 0.4 of a second, but now he's just starting to fall back a bit.
Yeah, here we got Trahir on Witcher. Got a fire down the inside. Oh, gets tight as well. He's got to get that done, though. It's another good move from Trahir. He's really good on his tyres, so the longer this goes green, the better for Luke, I think.
I think so too, yeah. He's pretty good on those tyres on the long runs.
Yeah, and the next victim right ahead of him here. I don't think he'll stick behind Barry too much longer.
No, he'll be trying to get past. Looks like it's actually pretty hard to pass. I think as you're getting up further up the field and closer in speed, I guess it's getting really hard to pass. So I saw Luke sort of having to be right on the back of the car in front to get out of that corner.
Yeah, here he goes. Oh, gives Barry a little touch there.
So I mean, like he's having to get really super close to get the run off the corner on them.
Yeah, these are two guys who also got a little bit of history. I think Luke's got a bit of history of a lot of people, not for his own making. Not to say anything bad about Luke, but yeah, he's definitely got a big speed advantage. Luke here, he's trying to get this nice big arc in here.
There's 5 cars pretty much lining up for a battle here. I wonder how this is going to go.
Got some pretty aggressive guys in this little pack as well.
Yeah.
Oh, which is locked the left front there, right in front of Ryan.
Oh,
he's going to be able to cut down behind him. That's quite a nice move there from Ryan, actually.
Jay Russ is going to get a run as well, yeah.
We got Stephen Williams not too far behind these guys as well. So this is actually quite a nice little pack.
It's good to see Justin's, not making it easy for them, battling for the position, so that's great.
And I see we got Dyso. He's managed to get past Hobson, so next one on his list will be Micklemore. He's got quite a big gap there to catch up to him, but at the rate he's going, seems to have good speed.
Jason's up to about 0.4 of a second behind Skilllock again. Just have a little look and see what their lap times are sort of doing. So Jason about 2 tenths quicker. Yeah.
I think the 21 seems to give it up through turns 1 and 2, but he definitely gets off turn 4 a lot better.
Yeah, let's take a look. See, yeah, he's able to keep it on the bottom a lot better. Some skitty bugs, so he's sort of pushing up a bit. Quite a nice little diamond there.
We'll do an onboard with Jason. We'll do a couple of laps on board with Jason here and just see how he's going to the corners.
A bit of lap traffic as well coming up.
Kept it in 4th gear on that corner, didn't shift down to 3rd. Yeah, so it looks like he's keeping it in 4th gear, or he's only changing down 1 gear from 5th to 4th rather than going down to 3rd as well.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Dave nearly went around.
Let's see if we can. We'll jump on board with Skilllock and see what he's doing. He's lining out some lap traffic, I think.
Oh dear.
Oh,
there we go. Down the side. Turned right down in front of him. That was a bit worrying. He's probably going to crowd out on the outside here. He's going to lose him a little bit of time. The Dyson's caught right up to Josh as well, so he's all over him now for P3.
So yeah, Skilllock is going down to 3rd. And I think turn 1 and 2, whereas Jason's keeping it in 4th all the way for the 2 corners, rather than going down to 3rd. As Dyson's right on the back of Micklemore here, and we have lap traffic. The 25 car is lap traffic as well, so let's see if that plays a part of it.
Yeah, hopefully now got past the first one, a little bit more awake of what's going on. So hopefully better get out of the way here, not slow these guys down too much. As he does a good job there.
Yeah, nice job.
Meanwhile, on the Trahir watch, he's broken in the top 10 now. And with J. Russ there in 12th also, not too far behind again.
Just jump back to have a look at Trey here and see how he's going. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of clear space around him at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite some time up to the next car, which is Eddie Foster.
Just jump back onto this Micklemore and Dyson battle, because it seems to be one of the closest battles on the track at the moment. I'll just start answering some questions on the chat. Yes, it does look like I think Billy's been in the pits. Billy Hickey's been in the pits for about 7 minutes now, so I would say he's parked there with damage. And yeah, and we think about 70 laps for a tank of gas, for a tank of petrol, fuel, ethanol, fuel, whatever they use. Sunoco fuel, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I went back and watched what happened to Billy. He actually, on the back stretch there's a little opening, and he's actually drifted over and smacked the wall where it comes back in.
Oh
So
no.
Oh dear. So yeah, that's caught the first person out there.
Dyson's just making the move now. Josh Micklemore just can't get it done. Had a big moment coming off turn 4 actually.
Did get quite loose there, didn't they?
Meanwhile, Jace is caught right back up to Skirley here. So good battles for first and for third. Got a bit more lap traffic coming up as well, and they're battling, so they might not be so keen to make as much room as their Matty Knight was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez,
Oh,
that was bad.
there's a pink car. I think that's Nathan Button there in the pink car.
But everyone survives, that's all good.
And he slowed right down, let the leaders come through.
And Jaeger does the same thing as well. See, Joshy was real loose coming off the 4 there, as Dyson's able to keep it straight. That's obviously where he's making a lot of time up.
The 23 car stays high. Stays out of the way. It's Raymond Jaeger, who's in 27th spot. I think Dyson's got a good run here. And he's going to get the pass done. Yeah, he's got him cleared.
Oh, meanwhile, on the Murky watch, he's just drilled Troy Davidson going on the 1. That's going to probably hurt his run. He got a bit of front end damage now. He's still hanging in there though, Murky. Good run. Still P20, top 20 for Murky.
That's good. That's good. He's still going as well. Oh, there's a bit of smoke in front of him. Oh.
2 cars before that.
2 cars. Witcher and Schultz there have had a bit of an issue there. Let's see. See if I can grab a replay and find out what's going on there.
Looks like Schultz, he locked up, locked the tyre. 12 had nowhere to go.
So just see if we can catch it. Oh yeah.
That looked like a repeat, just what happened to Mirko in the back of Troy lap or 2 before.
So Aiden's locked up and
But
slowed down, and Justin's had nowhere to go. He's hit him in the back and pushed them both into the wall, unfortunately, but they're still able to keep going.
Meanwhile, Dyson's caught right up to Jace. He's looking good for a P2 here, and not too far behind Scooty as well, so the top 3 all nose to tail.
Just answering another question on the chat. I'm just going to jump down. We'll just have a quick little look. Just to comment. Just wanted to see how Daniel his shot was going. So we'll just chuck him up there on the screen and put the information up there. So he started 5th. He's currently 6th. And yeah, he's been as low as 7th and he's been as high as 5th. So yeah, it's just pretty solid run really. Just sitting in 6th. Bit of damage on the right front, I think. So you might have got a bit tight and hit the wall at some point. I'll just jump back up to that battle at the front. I think with Andrew Dyson catching Jason there. It looked like once he cleared Josh, he was and got clear air. He was managed to burn away quite fast.
Yeah, so it must be a bit of tyre wear then if you can have such a speed advantage late into a run like this. Because what are the times when you look at practice? I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's probably a good 2 seconds here as he's inside of Jace. And Jace is going to let him go. He's going to play it smart. So probably only a matter of time here before Dyson, I think, gets Skewley and gets to the lead of this race.
I guess the question now is if Skurlock has been holding back a little bit to save his tyres, just doing enough to just stay in front, or where he's been having to drive pretty hard to get out there in front.
Yeah, I'd say Skewley probably hasn't been holding too much back, but we'll see.
I think he's feeling a bit relieved lately, running up near the front again and leading laps and stuff. I think he said he had a bit of a form drop, so he's pretty happy to be up near the front again. But he just needs to bring it home really and complete it and get a good finish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's probably by far the most laps led, I'd say, all season tonight. So that's good for Skewley. Good 1 lap speed, good long run speed. So I'm sure he'll be happy with things so far. Oh, as Dave Douglas gets real loose off a 2. He's down on the grass. He's kept it though. But he's going to drop a few spots.
Just going to keep our eyes on this battle for the front here. Andrew's trying to line up. So what are we, 46 laps gone, so we're still another possibly 24 laps before we expect that we'll see sort of pit stops. Although we might see people just split it directly in half, so probably lap 65, 66.
Yeah, probably that would be the same. Some people might stay out a little bit, try and get a bit undercut. That way, you might be able to make it a bit easier to pass people later in the race when you got some sort of tyre advantage. I do see Gary Wellman coming out of the pits, so I assume that's not a strategic call though. It's a bit early unless he plans on 2 stopping perhaps.
He might do, yeah. I'll just see if we can grab a replay of that Dave Douglas incident. There's a few incidents here we might try and have a look at. They're not sort of triggering cautions, but just have a look.
It looked like Dave was just under a lapped car. I'm not sure if he was turning left a bit too hard to stay off him.
Yeah, it's possibly what's happening, especially it's quite loose coming off the corners. You don't really have too much wheel in it. He's obviously got a little bit excited there, and no harm, no foul. He's still going, so it's all good.
And I'm just seeing another one here for Barry Neal. So, Barry's just pitting by the looks of it.
Skurlock's just pulled over and let Dyson through on the front stretch.
There you go, new leader, Andrew Dyson. And you got J Mart's all up Skewley now as well, putting the pressure on. And he's got the Wellman on fresh tyres. Let's see how fresh tyres is 45 lap idle tyres. Not going to be too much of a battle, I imagine.
Nice. I think there is a couple of takers for the two-stop strategy, which would be quite interesting to see how that plays out for them. Hopefully it works well. I always like it when people do alternative strategies and roll the dice a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So just watching Gary Wellman there as he tries to unlap himself. He is 2 laps down, so he'll be only getting one of them back. And he's done that now.
Meanwhile, on Murky Watch, he's P18. He's got it coming under a bit of pressure from Paul Jackson. But he's still top 20. Still on the race. Over a third of the way through.
It's good. I hope he keeps going. Because I don't see him making race distance often much nowadays.
Ooh, there goes Paul. He's going to dive it in there, but Murky should better hold it here as long as he doesn't get loose off coming off the corner. No, Paul's just going to pull out. Good move there from Paul. He's got the BMX on the front there. Maybe that's what's given all his extra speed tonight.
And Dreher sort of stalled out in 10th, and now he's got Jaden Russell right behind him.
Yep, you're absolutely right. He's caught right up. And last lap's like about a 10th slower, so I think J. Russ is on the march.
I think just looking at the information. Yeah, so Luke and J. Russ are both up 18 spots each, which are the biggest improvers of the night. And biggest down is Barry Neal, down 17 spots. But I think Barry's pitted. I think Barry's on the two-stop strategy. Although it's showing him as 3 laps down.
Meanwhile, looks like we got Witcher. Must be on the two stop as well, because he's just blowing past. Well, I was going to say blowing past Josh, but he got loose right underneath him. I'm sure Josh is thrilled about that, trying to give him room, and then he blows the corner.
Yeah, so it's Justin pitted 2 laps, just 2 laps ago. So yeah, I think he's one of these two-stop strategy guys as well. Which I think we've only got 3 takers for that. Yeah. Sorry.
I say, looks like Barry pitted twice. I'm guessing maybe he got done for speeding, and why he's 3 laps down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can see here. Yeah, he's pitted twice, unfortunately. So yeah, only Barry, who's obviously got a penalty, had to pit twice. Justin Witcher and Gary Wellman are the ones who have pitted.
Meanwhile, looks like Jace has got underneath Skirley here on 1 and 2, and he's going to get that move done. He's going to get up to 2nd. Oh, clicks the wall on the exit though. That's going to lead Skirley back into it. He's going to go for it though. He's going to sit behind.
Crinkle on that right front, my God.
Yeah, definitely don't want that if the car's super tight.
Yeah. Just makes the car tighter, unfortunately. And Witcher's coming through in those fresh tyres. And Justin's got damage on the right front there as well. I think he's managed to get into the wall.
Yeah, field's fairly spread out. We got a few cars close together towards the back of the top 20 with Matty Ray, Mirko and whatnot. But like Eddie, he's all out by himself in his world of his own. He's having quite a lonely race out there, I imagine.
Yeah, he's got 0.6 of a second to the car behind him, which is Lob. And 1.8 to the car in front. Yeah, so he's just cruising along there on his own. And
yeah, Dave's recovered quite well because he was right up in front of Ed after his little half spin, but he's managed to sort of pull a little bit of a gap out, so it hasn't hurt him too much.
I think his car's looking pretty clean there. I don't see any damage on the right-hand front or anything.
Yeah, he was about a 10th and a half up on Ed actually that last lap, so he's still got good speed.
Up in the front, Andrew Dyson's just checked out. He's I think the gap's now 2.7 seconds. So
I got 3.1. He pulled out about half a second that last lap.
So if he's been holding back on the tyres, he'd be definitely ripping them now.
Yeah, see, Micklemore's caught right up to Skilly now as well, so it looks like Skilly's sort of really struggling at the end of this run.
Yeah, I think he did save some tyres because at the start of the run, Dyson was sort of just stagnant where he started. He started picking them off into that after about 20 laps, which is usually the way with these sort of tyres. 20 laps, usually the 20 laps the marker.
Oh, Joshy gives Skilly just the tiniest little tap there in the centre of the corner. He's not going to back down though. He's going to let them past. Now Joshy's going to do the big dive.
Skillock's coming to me.
no.
Oh, Skilly's in there.
Skillock's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as you get out of the groove there, he just does not want to turn. So that's a bit of a disaster for Skilly, but he's still going. Bit of damage on that right front. Definitely not going to help though. So he might be one of the first people to pit. He might try and go for the undercut. He's struggling here.
Yeah, looks like he's really struggling with that right front. Very tight race car. Pushing up into the wall.
Darren Lobbs caught up to Edward. Oh, almost drilled him there in the middle of 3 and 4. He's gone a bit too deep. So that's a bit of a battle developing now. Oh, he's just keyed up the mic to apologise his head.
Just trying to get that run off the corner and get the pass done. I think Ed's cleared out for the next few laps. Seems like in these cases here, it takes a couple of laps just to get out right up close to the guy in front, just to be able to make that run. Although in saying that, he's caught up quite a bit in this one.
You can see them really starting to arc the corner now. It definitely looks like the car must be super tight. Generally, you don't want to be doing that. Big wide arc on corner entry is generally not a great idea. But so if they're doing that, it means the car's super tight, which is not a huge surprise by the looks of it. Here he goes
That
again.
exchange of words was actually two drivers both admitting fault. Hear that?
It's on the low line here. I think he's coming into the bits. I think he's going to.
Oh, he is. There he goes. He's one of the first of the front cars to pit.
Yeah, I like his chances a bit more than if Skurlock would have tried this because at least Edward's car's clean.
Yeah, exactly. Skilly's probably going to be quite hurt here. If we don't ever get a caution, he never gets that damage repaired. He's probably just going to slowly slide backwards.
Just keep an eye on this pit stop and just see how many tyres he takes.
Oh, it looks like Hobbo's coming in as well now. Hobbo been sliding backwards. He'd almost got back to Heathershire, so also probably in a similar boat. He's been desperately looking forward to some new tyres.
So definitely 4 tyres there and fuel. Hobbo's got quite a bit of damage on the right hand side there. He's given the wall a good hit at some point.
Also just keeping an eye on J Rush. He's right up behind you here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see J Rush perhaps try and get away because he's obviously been held up right now by Jahir. Looks like Jahir's going to be the first one to blink. He's going to pit instead.
He's coming in, yeah.
Something that the leaders haven't seen for a while. They've got a train of lap cars in front of them. You don't really see that many. It's just a sea of cars. Yeah, at least Dyson seems to have gotten through them, but now Jason Martin and Josh Mickelmore are stuck in it.
Here just blew the pin entry there and he's cut it, so it's obviously very hard to turn down there. So that's going to hurt him a lot. I see Skilly's in the pit lane there as well. Jonesy's just coming out, so people are obviously desperate to get off these tyres. They don't want to run the fuel out. I imagine Dyson might be the only one of the few who will.
And they're probably all pretty confident they can make it home here now with just the stop.
Dyson's been held up by a couple of lap cars right in front of him.
3 wide.
Make it 3 wide.
Here we go. Ooh. Good driving. I think it's the 231 there. He recognised the situation and backed out enough to get out of the free wide.
Yeah, he's going to try and not hold his teammate up. Imagine he should just get out of it here would be the smart option.
Oh.
Right, he's going to cut down on Barry. Sure, Barry's having a few choice words from him right now, but he's managed to clear Reuben. So that was for a position. So it's quite a good run here from Paulie.
I'm trying to get the camera on and I can't see the wood for the trees. I can't see his name in my list.
Oh, caution.
Yellow.
Oh, that's going to
Sweet.
throw a spin. It works.
I mean, something in turn 1.
Just gonna. I think I've got it here. It might be the Nathan Button car. Oh, yep. He's definitely sideways. So let's have a look and see what's happened there. This is the replay here.
Oh no, yeah, she's just snapped.
And then it's
Tried to
just
correct it.
fishtailing down the straight. I did this a couple of weeks ago. I know what it feels like.
There's only 6 cars left on the lead lap up to that point.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big win for those 6. So Dyson, Martin, Micklemore, Hedishire, Lob, and Russell.
And that's what sport the caution out there.
It's also quite nice for Dyson come under the pits there because there are so many lap cars in front of him. He's got a huge gap, so he's definitely not going to lose the lead here through this pit stop. There's not anyone else is going to come. Well, they're all a lap down. They kind of got no choice, but that's going to hurt them a lot unless we get another caution quickly.
Yeah, they're all going to have to take a wave around.
Yeah,
back
the
on the lead
tire
lap.
wear. Yeah. Without a caution, if it goes green the rest of the way, those guys are in big trouble.
This could bring out a few more yellows though, because now these guys know how hard it is to pass.
Yeah, we might see a few dive bombs here in the first couple of laps, Dan.
Yeah, usually get some more energized in the second half of the race. I'm just going to have a look and see if we can find out what happened to Ucha here when he went into pit. Because we thought he might have slid off the track, I think. So this is when he tried to come in and pit.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to. I know he's all good there. Must have been the time before. Yeah, he's just shot straight across the grass and went back out.
Oh, okay.
Which is why he's down, showing in 25th now. Looks like we've got a few other people pitting though.
So we're back live now.
Yeah, we've got a big train of cars.
Yeah, we do. Just trying to have a look and see which cars are coming out of pit road. Yeah, they come now. There's quite a few cars coming off pit road.
There's going to be about 15 wave rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say some of those guys might have been the ones who were doing the 2 stops, so they would have pitted quite some time ago. I imagine even if they were let down, you still going to have to come take tyres, I guess.
So far, we've only got the 3 retirements: Jack Maloney, Billy Hickey, and Matt Knight are the cars that have retired. Otherwise, we've still got 28 cars rolling around.
Yeah, what happened to Matty Knight?
Not sure. Just have a look. Let's see.
Yeah, he just looks like he came in the pit and then came out, so maybe he's just parked it.
Yeah, I think he might have just been struggling and had enough.
Here go the wave rounds, and there's a boatload of them. You're going to push hard to actually get round here. It's such a slow on the corners, and it's quite a long lap, 1.25 miles.
I don't like doing this because I always feel like I'm going to take 1% off my tyre wear.
Exactly, yeah. Especially when your tyres are already bad to begin with.
Yeah.
So it looks like our top four were the same. Dyson, Martin, Micklemore, and Hedeshach.
Yeah, so old J. Russ, he's looking pretty good right now. Started P29. He's now P6, fresh tyres. It's interesting to see what he can do against all these front guys now. As Dyson drops the hammer.
He's away. It's a side-by-side battle for third and fourth there between Hedeshot and Micklemore. Looks like Hedeshot's going to get the third position with running around the outside.
Oh, Lob must have a
Lob's-
penalty coming to pit lane.
Possibly a pit lane penalty that you can't clear unless you do it under green.
Oh, they've got 5 cars of fresh tyres now. That's one more. That's one more down.
And there's quite a few lap cars in between as well. Like we can see here, Jaden Russell's up in 5th spot, right up, running 5th car on the track. But then the next 4 to 5 to 6 cars behind him are all lap cars in between him and Skurlock.
Yeah, Skilly and Hob are kind of wasp nest in front of them. There goes Skilly. He's going to try and dive in front of Davidson. Clear him.
So when they got the wave around, they raced around back onto the lead lap, but unfortunately all the other lap cars were in front of them on the restart.
Exactly, so it makes it interesting these first few laps after a caution. But it's a nice big wide track, and shouldn't be too sketchy. Especially if the corner speeds as slow as they are. Meanwhile, Dyson's kicked out. Got a huge gap here over Martin. Hedeshire's not too close behind, and so's Micklemore and J. Russ. I guess everyone saw what Dyson did in that first run and what happened to Scully when he drifted back, so they're probably going to be trying to look after their tyres as much as possible, at least for the next 20 laps or so. Especially if there's threat of so many cars getting caught out by that caution there during green flag stops. Not exactly a whole lot of pressure if you're J. Russ. You can cruise quite comfortably there in 5th. You know you're not going to get passed by anyone, so sure he's just going to look after his stuff here and he'll come on strong like he did on that first run.
I think it'll be interesting to see if the aggression levels go up amongst the drivers. Obviously, it does look like it is quite hard to pass and take a bit of time to do a pass. But once you're in the second half of the race, you would think that they would be a little bit more aggressive with those passes.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a few bump and runs.
Oh, you find grip somehow in the second half of a race that you didn't know was there in the first half.
Interesting to see, because obviously not everyone pitted the same lap, so even the guys who got caught a lap down, some are going to have better tyres than others.
Yeah, there's a big difference in the lap stint numbers, that's for sure. I think the leaders sort of pitted like 8 laps ago, for example, and then we start looking at some of them. One's down from Skurlock is 12 laps, and Hobson's 13 laps, and Foster's 13 laps. So yeah, it's quite a big difference in variation in the tyre age.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the difference between Double D and Ed? Because Double D just flew past Ed, so Ed was one of the first to pit from memory. So
Yeah.
he's probably going to struggle in the second half of the race. It's going to be a bit of a long slog for him.
15 versus 12.
Yeah.
And I think Ed would have those extra 3 laps would probably be under green as well, which would be a bit more harder.
Yep.
On the tyre.
What about Jonesy? Because he looks like he's carving people up at the moment.
Jonesy. Yep, 14 laps for him on those
Okay.
tyres. Yep. Seeing Gary Wellman on 33 lap old tyres and Justin Witcher on 28 laps.
Yes, there must be some of those
Two
stop
stoppers,
there.
yeah. So they didn't stop that time around, so they got back onto the lead lap. But yeah, it's possible they're probably still going to need to do another pit stop maybe.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them a lot. Another green flag stop. Well, that's what happens when you get cautions in the middle of green flag cycle.
And unfortunately for that drive-through penalty that Darren Lobb's got has dropped him back down to 25th. So
Amazingly, here after he had that big mistake coming through the pit road, he's looking good again now. He's side by side here with Jonesy.
these two
About to break into the top 10.
always seem to find each other on track.
Gets the move done. Next on his pit list is Eddie. It probably won't be too hard for him considering Eddie's tyres will be quite sad. The old double D's closed right up on Hobbo here. Hobbo was again one of the first to pit, and he also has that damage, so he's probably struggling as well. So this is looking quite strong here for Dave. Well inside the top 10. Got little lap cars ahead of him. Now Jaeger's going to move out of the way there. It's a good move from Jaeger. Let these guys battle.
So just having a look at some battle packs here. We've got a good battle here. Foster, Trahir and Jones.
Oh, Jones got a big wiggle come out of 4 there. Held it. Good. Big dive in there from Jones. Is aggressive as always. And Paul Jackson in 12th as well. He's having a strong race. What's his tyres like, Matt? You got the data for that?
Paul Jackson in 12th. Just having a look here. Sorry, just dealing with a cat issue here. 13 laps on his one. So yeah, he's one of the fresh ones.
Oh yeah, that's worked out well for him then.
One of my cats loves to come in from outside and jump up on the table and by the keyboard and stuff and say hello, hey, I'm back inside. But it's like, oh, I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah, no, I've had that before. Jump up on my lap in the middle of a race. That's not good.
Oh, it's especially good when you're in VR because it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, man, that'll give you a fright.
Yeah, so good recovery from Paul Jackson there. He was sort of in the right place to be able to get back on the lead lap there and pit with all the leaders at the same time.
Norman as well. Oh no, he's 20-30's lap down. Never mind. And so he had a good run on Monday night. The trucks for Norman.
Up the front, Dyson's just checked out. Just let's have a look at the comparison here. So sort of 2.6 seconds.
Yep, he's in a class of his own at the moment. So Double D got past Hobbo, so he's on the move. He's got Skilly's his next one. So considering Skilly's got quite a bit of damage, I don't think he's going to have much for Dave.
No, looks like he's got the lap car of Jamie and Dan Curvis in between, so he'll have to work his way around him.
I see old Jay Russey's sort of right on the back of Micklemore at the moment. He's dropped back quite a bit from Hedeshire. He's sort of all by himself there.
Hamish, did you wreck or lose a race due to cat-related issues? It's a question from a Mr. Screezilla in the chat, aka Carl.
No, I don't think that must be someone else.
He seemed to think it might have been you or Luke. That might have done too.
Yeah, that'd probably be Luke. He's got a couple of cats, I think, hasn't he? So that wouldn't surprise me. Thing is, it's not even my cat. I just leave a window open. It's the neighbour's one who's wanders in, or somebody's walking around the pedals. I'm like, get out of there.
That's great. It's neighbour's cat comes to see you.
Yeah. Got Maddie Ray fighting old Brad Ellison here in a 1. Very quiet race from Maddie.
Yeah, so Maddie Ray that trying to pass Brad there for 18th spot. Brad's in 18th and Maddie in 19th.
Yeah, still looks clean, which is standard for Mr. Raymond.
Bit of a trademark.
Murky's still there in the top 20, still chugging on.
That's really good to see.
Yeah. In fact, he's looking quite strong here. What's his tyres like compared to Matthew and Brad?
So I think he pitted. Yeah, he must have been one of the lap cars that pitted on the when the pit lane opened up for the lap cars on the caution. So yeah, so he pitted around that caution time.
Okay, nice. He's still got something. He's got Skillia behind him as well, coming up to lap him.
The front of the car is looking a bit better as well, so I think he might have got some of the damage repaired.
Okay, yep. It's the double D. So you've got the three bandits there actually, all nose to tail. Not all fighting for position, but Dave's catching up to Skillet quite quickly. I don't think he's... Oh, he gets real loose. Hold on to it, Dave. Big wiggle there.
Commentator's curse. But yeah, those guys are definitely struggling to catch up to the cars in front of them. I'm seeing Skurlock about 4 seconds behind J. Russ on 5th spot.
So the Ultra here's right on Edwards' bumper right here, right now. I don't think he's going to get along pretty well to here and Edie, so I don't think he's going to do anything stupid.
No.
He definitely have a speed advantage with the those fresher tyres, so it's just a matter of time, I imagine.
I think he would sort of realise he might not have the pace tonight, so he's just sort of gonna get a good solid top 10 finish maybe and points day, which I'm sure he'll love me saying that.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to make the best of what you got, just move on, just bank as many points as you can. Been put into a bit of a hopeless situation with this tyre situation he's got, so there's not really much to do.
Yep, and the caution unfortunately didn't fall his way. Still holding Luke off though, still fighting pretty hard.
He's probably having a bit of fun there, bit of a battle, spice things up. He had a pretty lonely first half of the race, so he's probably quite liking having actually someone to race it right now.
Up near the front, it's pretty solid there. Dyson sort of holding that 3.4 second lead from Jason Martin, and Headshot right behind him.
Yeah, she was pretty spread out there. Jay Russ has dropped a wee bit off Mickle as he drifts right up there in the middle of the corner. So it's all pretty line stern right now.
It's all pretty settled. So just have a little look through the field here. So we've got Paul Jackson having a pretty good solid run in 11th spot there. Ryan Jones sitting in 12th. Stephen Williams in 13th. Good solid run for Steve tonight.
Yeah, haven't mentioned him much, but he's just been hasn't done anything stupid. And a nice run there for Steve.
Gary Wellman's coming in now for his second stop. So Gary is one of the ones who is doing this two-stop strategy. It's been about 48 laps since he last pitted, so
yeah, he hasn't let the caution miss. He's got a strategy and he's sticking to it. Doesn't matter what else happens. So he's split the race up into thirds. So we'll see how that goes for him. But it's probably going to hurt him a lot here, pitting under green. Oh, it looks like Barry's coming in as well now. Must be in the same boat.
Yeah, I think Barry and Gary were running the two-stop strategy. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but Doesn't matter which. I thought about which way to say it, but it doesn't matter which way you say it. It's going to be Gary and Barry or Barry and Gary. Yeah. But yeah, they're both on 2-stop strategy, so be interesting to see how it goes for them. But they're going to lose a lap on the green at least. I think Barry's 3 laps down anyway, so I think he's out of contention. It looks like Gary's got 4 tyres and fuel, and still 1 lap. He's gone 1 lap down. And just about a 2nd lap down as well, because I think I can see Dyson behind him there. Yeah. So almost 2 laps down just from pitting under green.
Yeah, not ideal. Yeah, that big wiggle Dave had coming out of 4 that time, that really hurt him. He was catching right up the schoolies. Now he's got quite a big gap. It's going to be a struggle for him to get back there by the looks of it. Especially all these lappers though. Once he gets these lappers out of the way, it might be good.
Oof.
Oh, jeez, that's a dive.
That was a bit of a dive. But you got to do it. He wants to get past those lap cars and start chasing Skurlock down for position.
Exactly. If you don't quite make the pass, you might sit there for 3 or 4 laps.
And Brad had a good sense of what was going on there as well, and gave him plenty of room.
I'm interested to see what the time delta is now between him and Skirley. If he can chase him down, he's pretty much got all race to do it, because he ain't going to catch anyone else after Skirley, so
No.
doesn't need to rush things here.
I was just keeping an eye on the gap and the lap time coming by.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see J Russ struggling. Like he did so well in the first half, but he's all over the shop. Like he just out of 4 there, he almost hit the wall. He was really high in the middle of the corner. He's
Got a
given
fair
whole
bit of
bunch
right
time.
front damage.
Is that why? Okay, that explains that.
Yeah, it's pushed in, crinkled quite a bit.
Yeah.
He might have just pushed a bit too hard on early in that stint.
Yeah. Looks like Joshy's slowly catching up maybe to Hedishire
Oh,
as well.
we're going to get a yellow. Jones is around on the backstretch. And I was just about to say, like, I think we're actually sitting in there 12th, and for the amount of damage I could see on his car, I thought he'd done a pretty good job at keeping it there. Just as I just went to him, he's just spun around. Almost spun around. It was a good save, actually.
Yeah, it was actually locked it down, and everyone survived, so that's a good job by everyone there. They're actually really going to spice this race back up now. Everyone better come in and get fresh tyres and on the same strategies.
Let's have a look, see here. If we can see what happened. I think he's...
And
Yeah.
just when you come off the banking there on the backstretch there, everything just gets real twitchy and gets real light, and he's just lit it up. But he managed to keep it off the wall, so and good job there by, is it Wellman? No, Stevie Dub. Oh, look at that. That's
I think
great driving.
I think it might have happened to Steve as well. I think Steve, trying to avoid actions, got him loose, so it's made him look like he's coming down the track at him. So have a quick little look at that. So here goes Ryan, and I think Steve's trying to avoid, so Steve's, and then it's kicked him sideways as well, and or perhaps he thought Ryan might have been coming back up the track.
Yeah, I think he was committed to the top there for a moment. Then Ryan sort of turned back and he had to make a desperate dive to the bottom there. But good job to hold on to it. You saw how
Yeah.
loose the car was with Ryan, given obviously spinning. So
Great
great
avoiding
job.
action.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump back live, and I think everyone might have pitted. Yeah, we've got
Just coming
everyone on
down
pit road.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going back through the cars. It looks like Dyson, Micklemore, they don't have damage. I don't think Dave's got damage. Edward and Trehair look clean. Everyone else has pretty much got damage.
Yeah, even Martin, he's hit the wall at some point, hasn't he? He's got quite a lot of damage there.
Edward's just shot past his pit stall, but I don't think it's going to hurt him because he had quite a gap.
Oh, I think Jason Martin might have just got Dyson on the pit exit.
Yeah, he's very scruffed up on the right, though. Still, it's a bonus point.
Pit stops all about the same time, roughly. I think Jay Russ's pit stop was a little bit slower, a couple of seconds slower. As was Ruben Phelps as well.
Just hearing over the radio that something's happened on the track and a few drivers have gotten black flags. Edwards got one, possibly Skurlock.
Oh. So I think Ryan Jones has stayed out until this lap to come into pit. It's unfortunate.
And it's possibly this weird sort of pit entry here. It's so far off the track surface, and people getting a bit confused about when they need to be in the order. Possibly.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what's happening is because the radius of the corner is quicker to go into the pits, that if the car on track's dawdling a little bit, Dave's just saying over the radio now that the car pitting will beat that car to the pit
Exactly.
lane.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I've been burned by that a few times.
That's pretty frustrating. We had issues with lap cars causing black flags on Monday night, and it's come back up here on Thursday. Just when we thought those guys were going to be back in the race, they've all been pulled out of it.
Yeah, I won't say their name, but that's happened to me once on track when I was racing once. I went into the pits and he slammed on the brakes so that I beat him. Got me the black flag.
Yep, that's frustrating. So see Martin, he's been carrying that damage for pretty much most of the race. Looked like when he only got past Skirley, he went pushed up to the wall and exited too. So he's been doing quite good, considering. I don't think he'll have anything for Dyson with that damage. As all the wave rounds go past.
Yeah, it's definitely Dyson's race to lose. We'll see. J. Ross now, 4 tyres. Starting up there in 6th.
And Josh, I don't think he has any damage, is that right? He's one of the clean cars?
Yeah, he looks clean to me for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how many people got black flags they pull off here on this first lap. Possibly Jason might be able to, Josh both on the bottom line here, they might be able to time this restart and try and clear Dyson. That might be quite hard getting underneath from this turn 1. Holding them, there they go. Dyson, it's a bit dodgy coming down like that, sort of half a lane change.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the ruling is on that.
She's tight and behind them though. People trying to get stuff done while they can.
Looks like, here we go, Skurlock, Foster, Trahir. They all look like they're peeling off.
Yeah, that's a shame to see those guys taken out of the race over a silly black flag issue.
That'll drop them almost at least 1 lap, maybe even 2.
As Dyson goes for the lead into 1. And he's going to clear Jace, no problem. There he goes, back to the lead. As J. Russ is up to 4th. All of the black flags.
See Dave Douglas looking to make a move on J. Russ.
Ooh. It's tight.
They run in turn 1.
Watch Dave to dive it in here. No.
Ooh.
Here we go, J. Russ. If you dive it in, you just can't get it turned in the middle of the corner. Looks like Dave's good. He's wiggling around. He's on the limit.
Ooh.
Hobo's almost drilled his teammate there. Dave's got it done. Well done, Dave. P4. Oh, look at him slide.
And wiggling.
He's in his element here, dancing the thing off the corner. Jarvis looking, but I don't think he'll have anything from one. No, he backs out of it smartly.
So that's Dave up to 4th spot there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he's got anything for the Mitch cars now. Car looks nice and clean.
Up the front, Andrew Dyson's cleared out again. Half a second lead so far.
He'll just be managing himself for the rest of this race, I think. Got no real stress at all.
Tedesheed, Russell. That was a good one.
Side.
You got Hobbo in there too now.
Hobbo should better get the run off here. Yeah, he does. Clears Joe Russ.
Stephen Williams lurking there in 8th spot. Good run for him.
Hello.
What's happened?
Oh, have a caution.
Oh, turn 1. Oh, it's Darren Lobb. He's around.
Let's have a look and see if we can work out what's
Weird
caused the
one.
caution.
It's like Witch has got in there pretty deep, just tagged him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big send it move there, and he's. Whoops.
Not turned.
Oh, and he's hit him afterwards as well. That's nice. Probably not going to go down too well for the admin. This thing just does not turn in the middle of the corner, so you can dive it in there, but yeah, that's a.
You can
We've
see
got
the
one set
wheels
of
are
tyres
turned and
left.
it's just pushed right up into Lob there.
We've got one set of tyres. Looks like Schulte might get the lucky dog. The rest of them aren't going to be able to pit. They're going to have to take the wave around. But actually, they've all managed to stay on the lead lap.
That's definitely worked out them. So there's J Russ. He's pitting. So this is actually quite a crucial moment, isn't it? Because if this goes green the rest of the way, if you pit now with fresh tyres, you're going to be looking real good.
You're going to have a 10 lap advantage on tyres.
J Russ is in. Jonesy, Brad, Gary Wellman.
Yeah, it's weird because like Skerlock Trahair got the penalties and they're 2 laps and 1 lap behind. Edwards only 30 seconds, so he's definitely done quite well out of that.
Sounds like got more black flags though going. It's like Brad got a black flag, same thing, this is a bit annoying, but yeah, this is definitely going to spice the race up though.
Yeah, well, they got 1 set of tyres left, I think. Which I'd say that will have to come down and take it. I wouldn't be banking on 20 laps not going green. If you're going to take tyres, you may as well take them now.
I think J Russ is the only one who did.
Just having a look at the difference in pit stop times. So Edwards' last pit stop was 2.5 seconds, and Skurlock's one was 59.3, and Luke's was 29.3. So different length penalties maybe is the reason why they're so mixed on what lap they've come out on.
Yeah, it has to be. It is quite a difference. Lead lap.
Everyone's had like
lap.
maybe a 2-second stop and hold, and Skurlock's had a 50-second. Yeah.
Unless they forgot to turn tyres off or something and they went through the full pit cycle.
Good point, yeah. J Russ has got fresh tyres, but he's buried. He's showing us P19 right now. So that's a lot of cars to try and pass. Oh, he's up to 11th. No, never mind. As we cycle through, so actually looking quite strong. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with those tyres.
Yeah, someone's gotten in the back of him, but yeah, he should be pretty fun to watch.
Yes, I was going to say, his car looks a bit beat up. Oh, looks like it only happened in the pit lane, perhaps.
Oh.
Yeah, during the middle of a stop, it happens. So that's a bit weird. It looks a bit of a glitch. Meanwhile, shout out to Paul Jackson, sitting there in P8. He's had a real strong run tonight. Started 25th, P8. That's a good climb for Paul. Ruben's bounced back as well, up to P9. And Murky's P13. Oh, he's having a ripper of a race. So Murky, he's on for a top 10 here. Come on, Murky.
It's pretty clean too.
Yeah. Started 13th, currently 13th. It's great.
And Edward might be quite fun to watch too during this. Sitting at the back end of the top 10. Yeah, you watch when him and Jaden get together. Should be good.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of different strategies now, and it's going to really make things a bit more interesting. Meanwhile, Wellman, how many laps down was he? How's he got back to just outside the top 12? We were talking about him before.
Yeah.
Made that pit stop under green, and here he is.
There he is. Couple of cautions. He's got a fresh set of tyres on it, and he's sitting in the 11th spot.
Yeah, great job, Gary. Keeping an eye on Dave here on this restart. I imagine this is going to be his opportunity to try and jump the Mitch boys. Hanging back. There he goes. There goes Dyson.
It's another good start.
Oh, we got a big wreck in turn 1.
Oh, and it's still wrecking. Norman just got turned as well. What happened there?
And there was a bit of contact up front. I think Josh gave Jason a bit of a tap as well.
I think Trahair got the finish one. I think maybe Trahair got to the back of Barry Neal.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward, doesn't it?
Right, let's have a look and see.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Imagine Barry's tyres were a bit old. So he's one of those two stoppers as well. He's just braked and Luke hasn't expected it and he's just drilled him, unfortunately. So that'll be Barry's night done. And Darren as well. Oh,
just having a look here. Yeah, looks like he's braked earlier than Luke's expected for the corner.
Gurley
Luke was-
almost got caught up in it, but looks like he survived.
I think Luke had to go pretty hard anyway because he's just behind Christopher Finlay, who's 1 lap down. So I think he'll get the lucky dog. So he was racing hard for the lucky dog.
And then Norman's almost saved it and then got tapped in the 104. Unfortunately. While all this was going on, up at the front here, there was a bit of a tap here from Josh into Jason here. I bring that up because the two other commentators in the booth here are the teammates of those two drivers. So yeah, had a good chat in the team chat later on.
Not the first time we've all got into each other this year, that's for sure. But managed to hold on this time, which is good. It's not Dan. Dan's always clean as always.
Yeah, who do I get into?
Exactly. So,
Although I'll admit, I have learnt to race them a bit harder this year.
Mhm.
Josh and I, we haven't wrecked or come close to wrecking, but we've definitely been bumping and giving each other 0 X's.
How many laps to go? Not many laps to go now, isn't it? This is not great for those guys who pitted. Yeah, they really wanted as many green flag laps as possible.
Yeah.
Guys like J. Russ, all these laps ticking off. This means the spots he's not going to get.
Yeah, you really need like about 2 or 3 lap run just to grab 2, 3, 4 positions, and then the yellow come out.
Yeah.
Oh, 15 laps to go. It means we're going to have a reasonably early night compared to last week, so I'm happy about that.
Not up for 4 hours this Thursday.
Not up to 2 a.m. local time. Yeah. We should be good just after 12.
I see old Darren Lobby's still going, even though he almost got, I thought he got absolutely destroyed in that prior caution, but he's still out there. He's the last car on the lead lap, but still going. As Norman goes to the pits.
I think Norman's got a set of tyres available, so he might be grabbing that.
So it's a pretty consistent picture through the whole field. That right front corners, almost every single car.
Mm.
Well, Matt Raymond obviously not. As always, clean as anything. Only 14 laps to go, or 13 we get to the green flag. So you can imagine a few more desperate dive bombs. They're only going to get bigger, I imagine, these last 10.
Yeah, I think second on back is pretty going to be pretty intense.
Might see a few more cautions yet.
Tyson's gone.
Goes early. Let's spread the pack out a wee bit more this time.
There's definitely a lot more intensity up there now.
Oh, Jace has driven in real deep. That's gonna kill his beat off. His header shy is just trying to sneak up on Hobbo. Oh, Hobbo rubs the wall. He's keeping it in it. Even right in there behind to try and capitalise. Hobbo's he's driven in real deep. He's going to struggle to get that thing turned. Yep, he's gone. So it's going to let header shy through. Oh, he's loose.
Oh.
He would have to check up. That's going to let Wellman through by the looks of it.
Yeah, good car position by Wellman as well to take advantage of that.
Careful. There's going to be contact. There they go.
Contact is
full wide.
Oh.
They stood the gap. Oh, great
good
move from
work.
me. He got about three spaces in half a corner.
Foster gets about three in that corner.
Yeah. They got J Rush just in behind these guys as well on the fresh tyres. Going to need a bit of clear track here, but if we can get some. As up front there, looks like Josh is going to get underneath Jace. Dave right in behind there as well.
And Dyson's cleared out.
Oh, it's going to be contact. Oh,
Dave,
no.
Dave was sitting there ready to pounce when the teammates take each other out.
Josh has got to get that move done. It's so slow off the corner though. Jace is going to still be there. What's Dave going to do here? Is he going to go with down the bottom? No, he's going to stick there with Jace. Almost gets into him. No. Here comes Jace. He's going to try and get the run off. Oh, Dave's on the wall. That's one less clean play here as Headshire's going to get past, and here comes Edward. This is turned on its head for Edward. He was looking terrible too long ago, but a couple of caution. Now here he is right up, fighting for a top 5. Oh, Dave, hold on to it. Another big slide.
That damage is hurting it now.
J. Russ, meanwhile, he's just behind. He's going to get past Paul Jackson on those fresh tyres. He's coming.
Paul Jackson trying to hold on for the top 10 there. Currently a 9th. Gary Wellman lining him up though.
Stevie Dubb's got a big run here as well. He's going to back out of it. Might be able to cut underneath here, Gary. Paul's real slow. Oh, Dave's around. Dave's around.
That brings out the caution.
J. Russ. No, he's. Oh no, it's chaos. Oh well, that's the end of J. Russ. I was just going to say that was going to work. Probably that caution for him, but no well.
All right, let's have a look in here. I think we've got. We'll start with the Dave incident.
Just like Jaden's going to get all his spots back, which is that's good, but that damage is probably going to be a bit of a struggle for him from this point on. Yeah, he's coming to pit lane.
I think Dave's just gotten a little bit too hot. Maybe had to put a little bit of brake in it and a little bit extra brake to keep off Hobbo in there, and that's made him spin out.
He was definitely on the ragged edge there. He was looking real good. Unfortunately, he's just gone slightly too over the limit.
And then up the front there, I think they were sort of taking avoiding action. Let's just see if I can get onto J Russ. Yeah, so J Russ got a little bit of damage there. Oh, he's got the wall. And
Yeah,
then
he
of course
just
the cars. Oh, yes, it's unfortunate.
He just clipped Dave, and that's sent him up into the wall, and then it just backed everyone out and behind him. So almost got through. If he just managed to get around Dave, he would have been a real good spot, but them and the brakes.
Unlucky for the 2-3-1 there as well. And nothing you could really do there.
Yeah, he had a great run going, unfortunately for Paul.
So we'll just jump back live there, just have a look at the damage on Paul's car. Oh, I don't think it's too bad on Paul's car, so I think he might be able to keep battling there for that. He's in 7th spot at the moment.
Yeah, good little pack just behind those guys of Gary, Steve, Ruben, Matty Ray, and Murky. Don't think there'll be too much. There'll be all that top 10, so once we go back green here, it should be a good little battle pack. It's J. Russ has pulled it behind the wall, and he's done, unfortunately, for what was looking like a good strategy decision there. It's just unfortunately not paid off.
What do we got? We got... Gonna have probably, what, about 3 or 4 laps to go when we go back to green?
Yeah, so who can do what here, we think? Edward's right up behind his teammate. I reckon he'd be quite happy to try and get a move there. And then it's going to be, I think, after that, the 7 on backwards with Paul and Gary and whatnot. They'll all be fighting pretty hard. Although Josh and Jason, I think they'll be quite happy to have a little battle here at the end. Dyson should be in a league of his own, nice clean car, and he's had good speed all night. So as long as he get a nice little jump at the start, I don't think they're about to catch him.
No, he's managed all the restarts so far pretty well, or very well. So yeah, I wouldn't see that changing. He's got a nice clean car.
There we go, all doubling up, 1 to go.
So we'll have 4 laps to go when we go back racing.
Yep, or potentially a green-white checker in there. Got plenty of cars on the lead lap. Got 19 cars, I'm showing. Dave, unfortunately, multiple laps down in the pits of damage.
So I think the 2 cleanest cars on track are 1st and 2nd. We'll see if Josh has anything here.
Yeah.
I think they once Dyson sort of times that start, or not even times it, once he goes, it's pretty much going to be hard to catch up to him there.
Went early last time. What you're going to do this time is you're going to hold him as long as possible. You're going to jump straight away. Yeah, straight away, there he goes. Hedgeshire's had a great start. He's right on Josh, and so has Edward had a good start there. He's trying to sneak. Oh, he's right behind Jace. What's he going to do?
Oh,
Right.
oh, Jason, good job keeping it off. Had a shot there.
You can see them getting so loose off the corner there on cold tyres. These things are pretty treacherous coming off it too. Good racing, Brady one so far. It's clean. Jason's going to dive it in there. Can he pull it up? Oh, no, he's not. Here comes Eddie. Sneak past. It's P4.
Yeah, Edward into P4.
Yeah, he was looking pretty bad there before those cautions, eh? That's all turned on its head for him. I think he's got speed here as well, and Daniel might be able to get P3 here. Oh, Josh has gone way too deep. He's drifted up. Edwards underneath Daniel. He's looking real strong here. There we go, P3. Because Jace, he's sent it. Oh, no, no. He's managed to hold it and get the run off here. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to... Oh, no, he's got loose.
Oh,
Here comes Hobbo, though. Oh, there's contact. No, he's turned him. No, he's managed to straighten him up. Good job, everybody. Oh, Wellman's loose, but he's held it. P6 for Wellman. He's doing good.
yeah, doing very good. He's one of the ones with the freshest tyres there. In fact, he's got the freshest tyre out of the bunch there.
Meanwhile, look at who's just behind Jace. Murky in P8. Oh, Stephen Williams gets loose off the corner.
Oh, he's going to wreck.
Oh. Kept it going.
Come on, Murky, man. P8. He's fine with Jace. Maddie Ray behind him as well. Another good clean race for Maddie. Top 10. Meanwhile, out front, Daiso's got a huge lead. But Eddie's closing in on Josh. He's not too far behind. Final lap, come to the checker. Daiso with the win. Josh second. Eddie third. Hobo P4. Gary Wellman, P5.
Yeah.
Great job from Gary.
Right.
And Curvis up there in 11th too.
Yeah, good strong run for some guys there tonight.
Good finishes there.
I'll have to say Edward would probably feel pretty ecstatic. I'd say Martin would feel pretty bummed out about that.
Yeah, Jason dropping down, ending up 7th. Won't be happy with that. After running up in the top 3 most of the night.
They got caught in behind wrong place, wrong time type situations there for Jace.
So we'll just wait for the burnout and we'll check out the result.
Yeah, so just listening to the radio chatter, it does sound like the Traher and Skurlock took tyres or some sort of fuel, some sort of pit adjustment during that black flag, which cost them time.
Yes, he called it exactly right, Dan.
Yeah.
Let's go for
And
the...
definitely paid off for him.
It's just experience, mate.
Alright, let's go for the results. Obviously, first place, Andrew Dyson. Second, Josh McMore, followed by Edward Foster, Brendan Hobson, Gary Wellman, Daniel Hedeshout, Jason Martin, Mirko Dortnak, 8th place finish for Mirko. 9th for Matty Raymond, and 10th for Ruben Phelps. And 11th place was Jamie Navakurvis, Luke Gia coming back in 12th, Aidan Schultz finishing strong in 13th, Raymond Yager in 14th, Paul Jackson, Stephen Williams, Justin Witcher, Brad Allison, Christopher Finley, and Troy Davidson in 20th. 21st, Darren Lobb, Nathan Button, Barry Neal, Norm Clark, Jaden Russell, Dave Douglas, Michael Skurlock, Ryan Jones, Matt Knight, and Billy Hickey in 30th. And in 31st place was Jake Maloney.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race on that second half there when we had a few cautions, got a different strategy going on. It certainly made the race a lot more interesting.
Alright, let's see if we can grab our third place Finish her up. Are they in the green room yet? Not in the green room yet. That's right. Let's grab Josh up. He's the first one there. Josh McMoore. We'll grab him up now. Hi, Josh. Matt and Hamish here in the broadcast booth. Good finish for you there in that race. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was a good fun race, man. It was bloody awesome fun. Wicked track to drive.
Yeah, she looked pretty tight, mate. What was it like, the car to drive?
Well, my car was actually, in my opinion, better on the long run. I was better at saving tyres than most, apart from Dyso and maybe Jason Martin. But because I was saving it a lot, it actually felt really good for me, to be honest. And short run speed, I had a bit of short run speed as well, but it's just so hard to pass on the inside in turn one. That was where it was all really hard to pass, but we had to try and make some moves and some close, hard racing, especially with Jace. Good, hard, close racing with him.
Yeah, no, it looked good. You a little bit of beating and banging, but nice and clean. Still was good to see. We were one of the few cars without damage, so did well just keeping off the walls by the look of it.
Yeah, managed to get 0 damage tonight, actually. So stayed ahead of all the crap tonight, which is a first this year. But it's a good change, especially as of late. We're starting to get a few results now, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. He had a good run these last month or so. It's been good to see. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, it's sponsors, of course, Affinity Constructions Australia for helping us out this year. Mad As Designs putting on the killer schemes on our cars. And Jace for close racing at the end there. Unfortunately, he got a bit of damage on the right side, and he had a lot of damage coming down the straightaway. So he was a little bit easier to pass on the straights. That's where I got him, sort of thing. But bad luck for him. He's still got a top 10, I think. So, and you guys for putting on the broadcast and ANZCAR as well.
Cool, no worries. That's nice and short, sharp, sweet interviews tonight with the fill-in crew. So we'll drop you back down into the green room and see if we can grab Edward up.
No worries. Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you. Trying to drag Edward Foster up here. Here we go. Edward Foster, third place finisher tonight. Matt and Hamish here in the broadcast booth. How was your race tonight?
Terrible. The luckiest guy in the world, mate, because I was so slow, got a black flag. It was literally my worst race of the year, no question. And come out of it with a P3. So
how the hell did you do that? We wrote you off by halfway through the race.
Yeah,
I wrote myself off. I'm sitting there in that long run, watching everybody drive by me like I'm standing still. Like my own teammate is pulling half a second a lap on me and he's not even trying. You know, like I was trying everything, different lines, different gears, like everything, because there was a bit of shifting on this track and everything, and nothing worked. I just sucked. And I've got no idea why. I'll be interested to have a look at all the telemetries after and just compare what I was doing. And then got the black flag, obviously, when we had a bit of a dawdler out there on the track. He didn't want to go, so got pinged for passing under yellow there. Came back out, got another couple of cautions fit in my favour. A couple of guys got together in front of me and just managed to pick my way through to third. So, I mean, my luck's got to change at some point because I'm never this lucky. I kind of lucked into a really good result last week and what eventually turned into a win, and then, lucked into a P3 tonight. Like, yeah, it'll come back to bite me at some point, but not tonight.
Abigail in the chat, she's giving us a little comment there. Happy birthday, Edward. You got any news you want to tell us?
The 40th on Saturday. So, yeah.
Nice.
Turning the big 4-0. So, normally I have to do Sonoma for my birthday. So, it's kind of nice that it's sort of next week. But I think we're running it in another league on the Saturday night. So, I'll still get stuck with that. But, we've got a few of the South Australian-based ANZCAR boys going out for a bit of cars and coffee and a bit of karting at the bend after that, and then down to the pub. So, yeah, it should be good.
Oh, gee, sounds good. Nice.
Yeah, we have to invite us Kiwis over now that we can sort of travel freely.
Come over anytime you like, mate. It'll be good.
Hopefully soon, once it loosens up a bit more and there's a bit more flights.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, short, sharp, and sweet tonight. Is there anyone that you want to thank and give shout outs to?
Yeah, well, first of all, Dan Heddershide. It's good to see him get a finish because he's been kind of, struggling with the old snap loose for a while. And, he just wanted to get through tonight without causing anything. And, nearly had one there at the end. But, no, he got through and finished P6, so good job to him. A bit of a rough night for Norman, but, he's always out there giving his best, as he always does. And you guys for jumping in the broadcast and everyone else for coming out tonight. And, of course, AJD and Fully Flawed.
Sounds good. All right, we'll drop you back down into the green room and we'll grab up Andrew Dyson. Thank you.
Sweet.
Hi, Andrew, Matt, and Hamish here in the broadcast booth. How was your race tonight?
Hey guys, how you going? It was pretty good. I think I can say it was pretty fun at the start. But it was a weird one because usually all the cautions come at the start of the race, but tonight it was the other way around. So, interesting, something different.
Yeah, how was the car? How to drive? Like, it looked pretty tight, but I imagine you managed to keep your tyres on it in that long run because you just the longer that first run went, you were able to just pull them in pretty good by the looks of it.
Yeah, the car was pretty tight, but at the same time, like if you weren't super careful, it would bust out a fat slide on the exit of 2 and 4. So you had to be careful with that sort of stuff. But yeah, at the start I was a little worried. All these dudes were kind of taking off on me. I'm like, oh man, have I not got the pace tonight? Like, what's going on here? And then it slowly started coming back, and then when I started like looking like I could make some moves on guys, I thought, gee, am I going a bit too hard here? But I decided to go with it anyway and to see what would happen. Because we were that far into the run at that point, it didn't really matter if I changed what I was doing. So yeah, but it looked like it turned out pretty good. At the end of the race, though, it was probably looked a little better than what it was because we had Jason behind me and he had a bit of damage, which was pretty unlucky for Jason because he was right on it tonight.
Yeah, I think you were one of the few cars that didn't have the right front crinkled in, I imagine. So that definitely helped being out in the clean air and the away from all the damaged cars each of those restarts.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, I can't say I saw a heap of cars with damage, but I mean, I imagine there was a few guys caught up in some incidents, but Jason's was really the only one I actually saw. But yeah, it's like I said, unlucky because he was right there.
Yeah, no, well, good run tonight. Didn't it's not like you started on pole. You had to work for it in that first half, and then you obviously had really good long run speed. So well done on the win tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, that first part of the race was pretty fun, and it was super sketchy, like bombing it down into 1 and into 3. But it worked out pretty good, and everyone was super clean, and hopefully I was too. And yeah, it was heaps fun. So thanks to all the guys out there tonight.
Yeah, so do you got anyone you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, sure, man. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks, Hamish, for jumping in the booth tonight and yelling at cars. And yeah, thanks to Simrix.com, South Wilson Hoist, Benmax Mechanical, Betsmart. Oh, not Betsmart. We don't like those guys. No, they're good guys. They're just not in our car anymore. And MP Designs for the Mad Dog paints. And yeah, thanks to all the guys that put on the whole show. We really appreciate it.
Sounds good. Good to hear from you again. I think I'll drop you back in the green room and we'll wrap it up.
No worries, guys.
Cheers. Thanks. Right.
Oh,
so
really? The race done.
Yeah, race done. Nice, short, sharp, and sweet interviews tonight. Obviously, basically, I can't remember what to ask, what questions to talk about. So
That's why you need Carl back.
yeah, I need the pro because yeah, it certainly makes my job a lot easier. Awesome. So next week we head off to hang on, let me see. I have got a graphic for it, so I can't remember off the top of my head.
So it did say Sonoma, so I'm guessing that's what
yeah, Sonoma, that's right. Yeah, so 45 laps around Sonoma next week on the 9th of June, and that will be broadcast here. And yeah, so I think I can't think of anything else that we might have missed. So maybe we'll just say good night and thanks for watching.
Sign off then. Thanks for joining.
Cheers.